Hi, today we will have a look at luminosity masks and how to select things using luminosity masks.
Sushi and fries.
So, what are luminosity masks? Luminosity masks are masks based on the luminosity, so on the brightness of the image you're using. Now, there's many excellent luminosity mask tutorials around the net. If you want to have a very good written information about the masks in Gimp, I would highly recommend Pat David's article Getting Around in Gimp Luminosity Masks, and also the follow-up article Getting Around in Gimp Luminosity Masks Revisited, where he creates all kinds of light and mid-tone and dark masks, and there's also should be linked to a script he developed to create these masks. So first of all, let's start off by creating a luminosity mask. I'm using Gimp. I have this image imported already. We'll create a duplicate. Let's go to Colors, Desaturate, Desaturate. Choose any one of these possibilities for desaturation. I'll go with luminance, and we have our black and white image, which will be the base for our mask. Go to Channel, select either red, green or blue, they're basically the same. Pull it down here, rename it, I'll call it L for luminosity, reselect the red channel and go back to layers. We don't need the black and white image anymore, so I'll cancel it. Okay, I've made a duplicate of the basic image. I'll make this one invisible, and then I'll show you how to apply a luminosity mask. You right click on the image, go to add layer mask, and down below here you can see the channel, and it will show the available masks. Right now we've only one, the one we just created, the L mask, so I'll add that and you will see instantly what's happening. So everything is invisible apart from the parts of the sky and the lights. Why? Because the luminosity mask, I'll show it to you, just push Alt and click on the mask and it will show the mask. The mask is everything which is white will be visible of this image here, and everything which is black will be invisible, and everything in between will be partly visible, partly invisible. So right now we're selecting the highlights, and that's exactly what it's doing. It's selecting the brighter parts of the sky and the lights. So how can we select different areas using this one luminosity mask? It's very easy. Go to, with the mask selected, go to Colors, use a curve, and then you just select the area in the histogram you want to select in the image. So basically now we've selected the highlights, deselected the shadows. If you want to select the shadows, pull up the shadows, pull down the highlights, and ta-da! It takes a while because recording the video makes my computer a little bit slow. And now we've selected all the dark areas with a very smooth transition. If you want to have your mid-tone mask, pull down the shadows and the highlights, pull up your mid-tones, and ta-da, it will select your mid-tones. If you like to have your mid-tone mask or any mask a little bit sharper, just make it more narrow and it will select less of the whole image and just the mid-tones. So the nice thing by using this technique, using a curve on the luminosity mask, is that you can specifically select any area in this image. So for instance, this image is quite easy to see that the peak here is the sky and the peak here to the left is the houses in the front. So if I wanted to select the sky, I could just pull up here. I could, for instance, make a very sharp mask and go like this, and I would probably have selected the whole sky plus some lights down below, which I could then deselect in the mask using the brush tool or whatever. And this gives me basically the possibility to select any area of the image based on luminosity. And what is this good for? I'll just give you a very quick example. So I'll reset this. I'll select the sky again. I'll pull up the middle of the sky, but I'll not make a sharp selection. I'll make a smooth transition here because I want to keep the highlights as they are, and I'll make a smooth transition to the shadows like this. So I've selected the parts of the sky, and now I could work on these parts of the sky without affecting the rest of the image. So for instance, let's make the bottom layer visible again. Select the image now, and I'll just add some contrast again by going to curves in the colors menu. And then remember I selected the sky here, so I'll just fix the highlights and I'll pull down the darker parts. And as you can see, we've added some nice contrast to the sky and basically have not changed the picture in front. Now it's affecting some lights here, but I could get rid of that by brushing them out again. So, very easy and very effective tool to manipulate your image based on luminosity. I hope this was informative, and if you liked the video, hope to see you next time again. Bye.